Hello, this is Political Common Sense for America, and I'm Brian Boeheim, the political engineer. And in this particular video, we're once again going to take a look at understanding the federal budget. In this, part 3 of this little mini video series, we're going to talk about the tax system that we use today, and that's the progressive tax system. In particular, let's take a look at this chart. How does the progressive tax system work? Well, what happens is you're taxed at a particular percentage. And along the way, as you can see by the blue arrows, you reach thresholds or resistance levels, where when you break through that resistance level, you are now taxed at a higher rate. Each one of these resistance levels then become a barrier. Let's take a look though, and in all fairness, let's look at the advantages of the progressive income tax. Our current system, it attempts to place greater burden on those who can afford it most. Well, that kind of makes sense. It also provides deductions for basic living expenses. And finally, it tries to leave people below the poverty level untouched. But we have to ask ourselves, what are the disadvantages of this progressive income tax system, our current system? Now, you'll hear people rant and rave about how the IRS does this and they cheat the public and how the government does this. The government is us, and the IRS is our tax collector. So we have to be careful when we start judging them because it is us. Here are the problems with the system. We need to change the system, and the system has these particular challenges. First, it values money differently for different wage earners. There's this perception that the value of a dollar is different for somebody who's at the poverty level versus somebody who makes $1 million. I'm sorry, that's just wrong. That is not clear thinking. A dollar is a dollar. The value of it is the same in anybody's hand. And so we have to keep that in mind as we look at any tax system. Second, these resistance levels I talked about a minute ago, these created resistance levels keep people from trying to climb the economic ladder. People who are trying to move up are penalized when they do reach these other steps. Next, one of the biggest problems is we create loopholes for the wealthy and special interest groups that allow our elected officials to pander for votes. It's just crazy. And possibly, another one of the worst things is double taxation on small business owners, because not only are they taxed from a corporate and business level, but then they're taxed personally as well. So if they want to reinvest money back into their company, it's almost impossible without being double taxed. And finally, and possibly the most important issue here, is we've created a mentality. We've created a cheat the system mentality where it's an us against them. We have to change and shift that mentality, and the only way we're going to do that by changing the system. Because right now, we have forgotten that the IRS is collecting money for us, not just from us. And the government is run by us, by the representatives we elect. It's for us. Keep watching the videos. We're going to have part 4, which is going to talk about the fair tax.